Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bunny. I'm back again for a whole new video. I hope the Bunny Gang has been enjoying my videos. Um, so since I've had so much time to get into recording videos now than before, and I had to kind of like figure out a schedule and stuff like that, I figured why not get back into the groove of posting thumbnails since I was doing that before, and it's not like I don't know how to do that. And that way I can like get back into the groove of progressing my videos like I was trying to do. um right now I've been doing the series. Let me check to see where I left off in this series. Hold up, because I don't quite remember, and I want to make sure that I titled this video correctly. Okay, so we are on Letters to My Ex, Part 11. I just wanted to make sure that I, correctly titled this video because I don't want to title this video wrong and then you guys click on it and that video is already out, if that makes any sense. So this is the book. I don't know if it encouraged you guys to go out of your way to go get the book or you guys are just watching me read it. It's kind of like my version of kind of like having Audible for you on YouTube. I know a lot of people prefer that, to be honest. Like some people prefer like just hearing someone else like read a book to them instead of just like actually reading the book themselves, because some people just stopped reading books in general. So I don't want to make this intro any longer than I already have. So this is where we left off, chapter 7, Desperate Times, Desperate Measures. So I'm gonna just get straight into this. I saw you today and was definitely not ready. I was downtown and had just finished up a lunch meeting. I was in a great mood. It was a nice day out. Not too hot, not too stiff. Perfect weather for skin tight jeans, a long sleeve shirt, and for my hair to be pressed straight down my back without having to worry about it sleeving up in random places or shoving up in random places of my head. I was standing in front of my car, searching my purse for my keys, when out of nowhere I heard your voice. Swear to God, my heart stopped as I looked up slowly, and there you were, standing across the street with your boys laughing and talking. You were wearing the shirt that I had bought for you 2 years ago, and my mind instantly went back to that day. I was with my girl, shopping for a party, and we were going to that night. And as we walked by this one store, I saw this shirt on a mannequin. Immediately, I thought how nice it would look on you. So I went in and grabbed it, and along with a pair of shoes to match. Typical me, always thinking about doing something for you, even when I was supposed to be doing something for myself. I stood frozen in my heels across the street from you, staring at the damn shirt that I had brought with my money. Knots began to form in my stomach, and rage quietly started pumping. It's always through my entire body. I was imagining myself walking over there and telling you to take it the fuck off, when all of a sudden one of your boys randomly turned his attention in my direction. I panicked. Without thinking, I turned and quickly walked in to the first store in front of me, realizing only once I got inside that I had been holding my breath. I closed my eyes for 2 seconds and exhaled. Hi, an overly happy, bubbly saleswoman was right in my face and scared the living fucking shit out of me. I jumped and put my hands over my chest. Jesus, fuck, I blurted out. Oh my, I'm so sorry, she explained, placing one of her small hands lightly on the side of my arm. Are you okay? I nodded my head. Yes, I'm okay. Don't worry about it, I assured her, forcing a fake smile. I was just in my own little world for a second there. She laughed. No worries. It happens to me all the time. This lady was in such a good mood, and for like 10 seconds I was jealous of shit, because not even 3 minutes ago, I too was in a good fucking mood. Actually, I was in a great mood, and then you happened. She started talking to me about the sales that were going on, and she did. It occurred to me that I didn't even know what fucking store I had walked into. She said something about buying two and getting 50% off of the third pair, and that's when I looked around me and noticed all of the heels everywhere. Great. I was in shoe heaven, feeling like hell. Fucking awesome. I thanked her and told her that I would wave if I needed her. After she left me alone to browse, I walked over to the huge window facing where you were standing to see if you were gone. But of course you were still fucking there. And now you were the one facing the direction of the store. It was already bad enough that I saw you. I definitely wasn't trying to let you see me. So I did what any woman in my position would have done. I waved over to my bubbly ass saleswoman, whose name I had learned was Katie, and put her to work. I didn't care how many pairs of shoes I needed to try on so that I could stay in the store, but there was no way that I was letting you see me, because I knew better. I know you. I knew the moment you saw me, you would have called out my name. I knew the moment you saw me, you wouldn't have hesitated to cross the street and come over to me. I knew the moment that you laid your eyes on me, nothing was going to stop you from having a moment with me. And I just wasn't about to let you have that. I tried on 11 pairs of shoes, Jane. Have you ever sat in a store and tried on 11 pairs of shoes? It's a lot. Each time I tried on a pair, I would walk around the store in them to feel them out, and would check through the window to see if you had gone. By the 8th pair of heels, I started to cry. Why wouldn't you just leave already? Why was it taking you so long to get the fuck away? Also, by the 8th pair of fucking heels, bubbly ass Katie was starting to look more like, you better buy some damn shoes after all this back and forth you have me doing, asked Katie. I was getting hot. I started to cry. I was fake smiling. I felt sick. I just wanted to go home. I wanted you to leave so that I could get in my car and go the hell home. At the 11th pair of heels, I looked out the window, and finally neither you or your boys were anywhere in sight. I swear that I sighed the biggest sigh of relief ever in life. So I walked back to my sitting area and took off the heels. So have you made a choice yet? Katie asked, towering over me. I walked over to the store, carrying 3 pretty bags, each containing a pretty box with a pair of pretty heels in them. My grand total was $397.67. I threw them in the trunk of my car and looked around one last time to make sure that you were indeed nowhere in sight, and then climbed inside the driver's seat and drove home. It's funny because as much as it angered me watching you across the street wearing that shirt while smiling and laughing the way you were, I also had this moment for a second where I missed you. But not like what you are now. I missed what you were in the beginning. I used to love watching you smile and hearing your laugh. I used to love listening to you talk all about your day and what had gone down at the shop after you'd get home from work. I used to love how you would wake me up every morning by turning on slow R&B songs, then lay beside me and give me kisses all over my face. I used to love how much I loved you and how much I thought you loved me back. I never imagined things would end up like this. I never imagined that today I would see you and still feel all these feelings by just looking at you. I hide in a fucking store, for Christ's sakes, and spend $400 just to avoid you. That's crazy. How did this even happen? How did it go from everything to nothing? But yet I'm still able to feel everything you know. Like you and I are nothing now. but I see you, and just like that, everything comes back. I thought that maybe if I told myself enough times that I was over you, eventually I would actually be over you, for real. But clearly that's not working out. I saw you today, and I thank God that that you didn't see me back. Because that's the end of the chapter. And here's the little quote clip over here. As a little girl, I was scared that there would be monsters sleeping under my bed. Never did I imagine that I would grow up and have a real one sleeping in it, right beside me, and oh, so very soundly. So the next chapter is, I think it says worst. I can't tell because it's kind of like in cursive handwriting. It looks like it says worst. I can't really tell, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, this chapter is a little bit longer, so I'm going to hold off on that. Let me see in the front if it has it in neater handwriting where I could like actually tell you. You know how they got the little, I guess not. Yeah, I think it says worst. I can't tell. I'm not gonna rack my brain over it. Maybe the next video when I record Letters to My Ex Part 12, maybe I'll be able to figure that out. I hope you guys enjoyed with what was going on with her. Thank God I never had to go through that with my ex. Like, thank God, like, we broke up, and hopefully, like, it was one of those situations where we broke up, and I kind of had to make it clear, like, stay away from me. And luckily, like, yeah, we have an association with some people that he knows that I also knew before I knew him. And some people that, like, I met them along the way before I knew him, and they're correlated with him. But thank God, like, nobody that he's friends with that I know of is, like, bringing him up in conversation and anything like that. And I have no idea if he went to them and, you know, brought it up in conversation. But, like, I don't have to worry about bumping into him and, you know, being like, oh, I have to see his ugly face again. But I do know that feeling of when you're, like, in love with somebody and, you know, you look at them and you have that moment. Because there was times when me and him were still together, and I had that moment where I looked at him. And I used to say, damn, I used to love when you used to do this. You know, I used to love when you did this. And then, like, you look at them and you're just so disgusted by everything that they do. Like, they could wear a shirt that you gave them, or they can play, you know, they could use this new TV you got them, but you're, like, looking at them and you're, like, so disgusted. And you want to just punch them in the face because their existence is so disgusting, and you can't understand how God could have created such a disgusting creature. So I definitely know that feeling. It sucks to have that feeling because people won't understand that feeling unless they've been through it. It's definitely hard, and you definitely have to find, like, a happy medium. Like, you have to find a way to get past that. Because if you don't, essentially the person that, like, broke your heart or made you feel like a piece of shit or whatever the case may be, essentially they win and you lose without even realizing it. And most people don't understand why that is, because they win the battle of they have the last say so, they have the last word, they were able to do this, they were able to do that, and you don't want that. What you want is you want to be able to say that not only you experienced them, they were a mistake, they were a waste of your life, you can't get that time back, but now you're a better person. Hopefully either you moved on or you found somebody better, and there's just no looking back, and there's no need for their existence. So whatever they're doing with their existence shouldn't even matter, and it shouldn't faze you. And that's the ultimate goal. And once you get to that point, it's like a great feeling. Because once you get to that point where you've moved on and that person can no longer faze you, once you find that person that means so much to you, whatever they could say if you ever did bump into them, like, years down the line, it's not even going to matter to you because you've already been living a happy-go-lucky life that they could never give you. And the thing for me was I had to realize that I could have a happy-go-lucky life without him before I got to the point of actually meeting somebody that could give me a happy-go-lucky life. Because you have to realize that, like, you have to be happy for yourself, but then you also have to realize that possibly the person you were with was essentially a loser and a waste of life. And understand that, like, people who waste people's times, you know, apparently they have time to waste, and and your time is precious. So that's all you have to do. You have to take it with a grain of salt, and you have to understand that things like this happen. Things like this make you stronger, and things like this help you to know what to look for when you date somebody new. If you do decide to date somebody new, it's a hard process if you're still grieving over it. Grief is different for everybody. Some people take a long time to get over, a broken heart. If your heart was broken, I can't really say my heart was broken. I was kind of just annoyed with his existence. So I can't really say that I was affected the way that she was affected, but there were certain things that I could relate to as far as what she was saying. But with that being said, I also don't want to make this video any longer than it already is. If you have anything to add as far as what's being talked about in this book, you can comment down below, reach out to me on my social media. Also, if you have any suggestions of videos you want me to try, comment down below, reach out to me on my social media. I think that's about it. I'm Bunny. I hope the Bunny gang enjoyed. Also, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.